Good morning, dear students. Welcome to our online session. Today we are going to deal with the chapter 14, Major Agencies of the United Nations. We have already seen the functions of the United Nations. We have come across the different organs of the United Nations. And today we are going to see what are the important agencies of United Nations. The mainly three active agencies of the United Nations are UNICEF, WHO and UNESCO. UNICEF, the full form is United Nations Children's Fund. United Nations Children's Fund. It is formed in the year 1946 and the headquarters of the United Nations Children's Educational Fund is New York. The main functions of this organization or this agency is to work for the protection of the children regarding their survival, health, education and the social well-being. So this is what is the main agency that works world across for the welfare of the children. Now it has a 4-point program, that is UNICEF is having a 4-point program, that is the primary health care. The 4-point includes basically first, number 1 is the primary health care, taking the primary health care. It includes from the basic health care options from taking proper and timely vaccination to the infants, then eradication of the polio, and again treating the diarrheal diseases by giving and encouraging worldwide the ORS, oral rehydration. Okay, and then nutrition. Second is that making the children to be more nutritious and protecting from being malnutrition all over the world. Third one is providing them the basic education, that is a compulsory education or until age 14 and 15. The basic education, children should get the basic education and make sure that the children all over the world should get the basic education. And also along with this is their social well-being. Okay, the children, especially those who are physically challenged children, mentally retarded children, for them giving special care and attention. So all these programs comes under the UNICEF's 4-point program. So now let us see what are the important functions of this UNICEF. Okay, so the major function, as I told you, the UNICEF mainly focuses to protect the children in respect of their survival, their education, their health and also their social well-being. It also provides funds for training the personnel, including health and administration, sanitation workers, teachers and nutritionalists, to provide technical supplies, equipments and other aids ranging from paper to textbooks to equipments and to medicines to health clinics to pipes and pumps for bringing clean and filtered water to the villages, etc. Again, to prevent diseases, contagious diseases like TB, malaria, eye diseases, skin diseases, etc. So all these are the basic functions of the UNICEF, that is United Nations International Children's Educational Fund. Okay, so don't forget that it is established in the year of 1946 and the main headquarters is located in the New York. Okay, the UNICEF was created in 1946, that is after the Second World War, to help the emergency needs of children in the post-war of Europe. And this is also associated with the World Health Organization, where it helps with the guidance of the World Health Organization. It initiates its activities and the works. The UNICEF, from where does the UNICEF raise its fund for all its activities? Mainly by the voluntary contributions made by the different countries and also by the donations made by private agencies, by the sale of greeting cards, through various fundraising campaigns. So these are the different sources from which the UNICEF actually raised the funds. Okay, so let us just see in detail one by one. By voluntary contributions made by different countries, especially those countries will be found out where more children are to be protected physically, mentally, their health, their social well-being, their education, etc. And funds were collected from different countries. Contributions were accepted for the welfare of the children. Beside this, donations made by many private agencies, then many industrialists, then many social working, non-government organizations, etc. They collect the fund from there. Then by the sale of greeting cards, for during every time the UNICEF initiates selling stamps, greeting cards, or like emblems, okay, or logos to with some kind of slogan on that, initiating the welfare of the health, eradicating polio, or like encouraging the children to be giving the ORS in the diarrheal situations, or giving timely vaccinations, or proper care of the mother when at the time of the pregnancy for the giving healthy childbirth. Okay, so all these different types of stamps, inlets, postcards, logos, okay, and even small brochures, etc. are being actually sold to the different agencies all over the world, and from whatever money they get from that, it will be collected for all these purposes. And through various fundraising campaigns, they also arrange various fundraising campaigns for the working of these initiatives taken by the UNICEF. Okay, so this is what you have to remember about the UNICEF, that it is mainly meant for the international children's educational fund. And also 1946 it's established, new headquarters is in New York, and the basic function is for the survival, health and well-being of the children. Okay, now second important United Nations agency is the World Health Organization. You all are by now familiar with the World Health Organization. It functions because from the last 2 years we are continuously listening to the recommendations made by the World Health Organization regarding the COVID pandemic. Now we have seen that the coronavirus has been taken its different shape and different form, and known to be in a new way to be attacking to the people in the name of Omicron, and some different names are also being listened regarding this matter. And we know that during all this time, the World Health Organization was producing the timely recommendations for the people to take care of precautions during this type of situations. Vaccination is made compulsory, and it's very important and mandatory. And beside this, we know many other recommendations were initiated by the World Health Organization regarding the world safety of the world people itself. Now this World Health Organization was actually formed in the year 1948. Okay, just remember very quickly, India got independence in 1947 and World Health Organization was formed in 1948, and the main headquarters of this World Health Organization is in Geneva. And the main important aim of this world, or function of this World Health Organization, is to work for the attainment of the highest possible level of the health by all the people all over the world. Okay, so what are the different methods? Let us see what are the different methods that are being adopted by the World Health Organization to attain its objectives. Number one, it gives important drugs needed for medical care. Now drugs here doesn't mean those drugs which are taken for causes problematic situations. Here drugs refers to all those medicines, medications that are required for the people all over the world to cure various diseases. Okay, so it gives important medicines, supplies medicines to the needed and other medical care and medical equipments that are required. Second is that it promotes research to cure and prevent disease, that it encourages the people. We have seen that during the time of corona pandemic, when it was outset or outbreak of the time in 2020s, we have seen that various laboratories undertook the research to discover the vaccine, and at that time it was very suspicious to find out whether it is possible to find out any vaccine or not, to invent any vaccine or not, and many countries kept on working on that for a long time, including our country. And finally, now after 2 years, the vaccines are available and they are made mandatory for the people to take care in respective doses. Okay, so this is one of the another important initiative or the method taken by the WHO to promote research to cure and prevent diseases by discovering new medicines or like antidotes, etc. It works towards providing safe drinking water and adequate waste disposal. Okay, so many diseases we know that actually occurs due to the carelessness of the human beings itself. Okay, disposal of the waste here and there, garbages on land gets polluted, air gets polluted by using the vehicles. Lots of vehicles on the road leads to the high air pollution, then water polluting the water bodies. All these leads to different kinds of waste disposal. It not only destroys the human, becomes a threat to the human life itself, but also it becomes a great threat to the nature also. So World Health Organization initiates programs to avoid these kind of waste disposals and also encourage the people to consume fresh, clean drinking water, because we know that what from through water consuming contagious water can also lead to many different types of diseases which can be even fatal, severe to death. Okay, so World Health Organization aims at fighting diseases and preventing them from spreading. It defines standards for the strength and purity of the medicines, including the biological products, and also organizes conferences, seminars, workshops, training for the healthcare personnel from different countries to tackle these type of chronic situations. So we can see that what are the important. So these were the different methods adopted by the WHO to attain their objective. And every year, I think many of you know this, that April 7th is celebrated as the World Health Day. Okay, WHO observes April 7th as the World Health Day. And also the main objective, because the main objective is to attain the highest possible level of health for all the people all over the world. Now when we talk about the health, it doesn't mean only about the physical health, it also means about the mental health, it also means about the social health of the people also. Okay, now let us move on to see what are the important achievements of WHO. The first achievement is that 80% of the immunization has been achieved. That is, immunization here refers to vaccination given to the children below 5 years of age for their better growth. Deaths due to diarrhea have reduced significantly all over the world. The infant mortality rate has dropped considerably in India. India was a country where a lot of infant mortality existed long time back. Okay, especially the female feticide continued. Even today also we come to know about in some places, but the percentage is very less. Okay, so the infant mortality rate has dropped considerably in India, and cholera and plague and such type of epidemics are become rare occurrences now, and leprosy is being managed better, and the guinea worm has been nearly eliminated, and smallpox has been also eradicated. And below this, polio, it's a very important mission that has been taken to eradicate polio completely, and around 99% the WHO has succeeded in eradicating polio, not only in India but in many parts of the world itself. Now, what are the different methods that WHO accept to help the other countries who are in need of such type of pandemic situations or any kind of critical situations, etc. So providing the medicines or providing the vaccinations on the time, then giving proper guidance through seminars, virtual seminars, okay, and manual seminars, giving training to the healthcare people how they have to deal in these type of chronic situations, arranging conferences, publicity through different medias. All these are the different methods adopted by the World Health Organization to be in touch with the people and make them aware of taking care of themselves. Okay, So these are the important functions of the World Health Organization and UNICEF, which we have studied today. They are the two important agencies of the United Nations organization. So thank you for being with me. Let us continue. The one more agency is there, UNESCO, which is very important equally with the other two, and we'll be seeing it in the coming video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.